It's 105.5 The Beach, your big homie DJ Quest, and I got one of my good friends in the building, Mr. Vegas. What's good, man?
Yo, we there. Bust it off, ready, pull up.
Man, it's been a long time we've been friends. I think we became friends either right before I got on radio or right after, back in early 2000, man.
Yeah. I think it was right around pull-up time.
Before pull, it was
pull-up.
Was Tamale before or after pull-up?
Pull-up was before
pull-up?
Tamale, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I remember coming down here when pull-up was hot.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, yep.
Speaking of pull-up, man, when pull-up dropped, the record was buzzing.
Yeah.
It was sizzling.
Yes,
And then Culo came out.
Yes, Culo killed me.
It's so crazy.
That Culo was so big it killed me.
And Culo has the same exact cadence.
The same stealings.
Yeah. So how'd you feel at that time? Like, I never actually asked you how you felt back then.
I was literally on the road. I was working pull-up record. I remember coming here and the record was like top 5.
Yeah.
I was like, we were on the way to becoming a major hit.
Yeah.
It entered the Billboard charts, the Billboard, top 100
Top
songs.
100.
So it entered at 99 and we were like, yes. So now the record labels came calling.
They're calling.
Everything was
ringing.
good now. Yeah, we were getting a lot of buzz. But then I saw Pitbull in Miami at a show. Yeah, and he was like, yo, man, the record is fire, man. Who produced the record? So I gave him the name of the producer and the producer's number because he said he wanted to work with the producer. And next thing I know, someone called me and be like, yo, man, listen to this. And I was like, is this a remix?
Oh,
I was like, so where's my part?
He thought it was a remix.
Yeah, I thought it was a remix. Someone did, because I heard Little John was like, yeah. And I was trying to get Little John on my record. So I thought that Little John was behind this thing that someone was playing for me.
Whoa, I've never known the story behind that.
They had a better push, I guess, at radio.
Yeah.
It was doing real good.
TBT Records.
Right, because remember, people thought I was saying Culo. Culo, they thought I was saying Culo, but it's pull-up.
So
But the Latin market thought I was saying Culo.
Jesus.
So that is the reason why he did Culo, because he realized people were saying Culo.
Did you want to fight him?
Yeah, I saw him in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Because I was tearing down every place I performed. I was like, the thing had 6 packs and big muscles. I was like, the new kid on the block. I was like, yo, Sean Paul,
Yeah.
right? But then I was performing in Orlando, and he performed before me, bro.
He performed Culo?
Yeah, bro, yo. I was boiling, bro. I was like, "Ese man." He came over to me and was like, "Yo, man, what's up, man? I was like, "Ese your mother."
No.
I cussed him up, man. I was like, "It's like that, man." I was like, "Ese your mother." And his record just blew up.
Oh, you him good now, or you ever had a chance to stand
he jumped on a record for me. My Jam, a few years ago.
Okay.
So Danny C came in the midst of that.
Good. Thank God for Danny C.
Yeah.
Wow.
But my record is a record that broke Pitbull. Literally.
That's so crazy,
Yeah,
man.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, I won a bet the other day because somebody said that you were on the Culo remix. And I was like, hell no, he ain't on a Culo remix. He didn't do no remix. It was like, yeah, he did a remix. No. I was like, no, they took a verse from Pull Up and put it on Culo.
That happened when we went to court.
Oh, you went to court?
Yeah, they lost in court. So they were like, so then Interscope and TVT now had to battle it out. Wow. I think they have good relationships with each other.
Yeah,
the two CEO from both companies.
Okay.
So they were like, oh, Mr. Vegas, just let it go. Right? Just give it to TNT. We're going to push your next single, which is Tamale. But they didn't push Tamale. They just wanted it to go away.
That's
I kind of was like, yo, the only way I'm going to settle this, I need 35% of the publishing off Culo.
Oh, and wait a second. You still eating off Culo?
Still getting my nice checks.
I didn't know that.
So it's a good thing I was smart. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to sign off on this.
Yeah.
Or agree to this unless I'm getting 35%. I wanted 50. I wanted all of it.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, eat, bro.
Eat, because we all gonna eat.
Yeah. So I took 35% of the publishing, and I said, I need to get a verse off Pull Up on Culo. So they did another mix. It's not even the one that they did the video for that that went into the.
So that remix is official.
It's kind of official, but it's just for the album.
Okay.
Because it wasn't the one that went into the Billboard charts.
That was the argument we had this week about that song. I was like, he did not do a remix for that.
No, it was kind of a compromise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like, go away, Mr. Vase. Go back to Jamaica and make some more music.
That's so crazy, man. Speaking of going back to Jamaica, all these years I've known you, man, you've been doing shows. What year did you start?
98.
Out of all the artists that came out around that, 98, really?
97, 98.
Damn.
The end of 97.
I was in high school. But there's not too many artists that came out with you that are still on radio.
Yeah.
With current records, not the old records. Like,
right.
Who else is around that started around the time you did?
Nobody
other than like, well, I think Sean Paul probably, is another one.
Sean Paul came out broke way after me.
But a little bit after, okay.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy, man. How do you stay current? Like, what keeps you in the game, I guess I should say?
My sound cannot go away. And the style of music I do cannot go away. It's like trying to get rid of soul music or R&B music.
Yeah. So what do you call the style that you do?
It's this time. If you listen to the beats that we're able to sing on or perform on our record on, it's like that Murder She Wrote. They call it the Bam Bam beat. So that type of music, the type of dancehall we produced in the 90s, like the reggaeton, is dembow. So that type of dancehall, it doesn't go away. It's always recreating. Okay. So dembow, even dembow, that's the Latin version of dancehall.
Yeah.
Keeps dancehall alive, because when you hear that vibe, it feels Caribbean. So my sound cannot go away. Our sound. So even if we are not putting out current records, as soon as we drop something,
even though your sound doesn't go away, but where do you find the drive to still do it?
The love for music. Yeah. The love for music, because when we perform, and to see how people enjoy the music, to see how people dance. Our style of music, it makes people dance. That's what it does. It makes you feel happy. It's a euphoric feeling.
So is your style? Do you fit in a dancehall style or reggae? Like, what's the difference between dancehall and reggae?
Reggae is a slow version.
And then was it roots?
Roots is like a rubber dub style, but dancehall is like the up-tempo version of reggae. The punani rhythm, it came out of dancehall, out of reggae, excuse me. Because the producers that produced the punani rhythm, they were building like slower versions of reggae beats. They call it reggae. So it was slowed down. But if you slow down the punani rhythm, you may get back the same groove as a reggae beat. That is the reason why we can take songs from dancehall and even sing them back on original rubber dub reggae beats.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So it's a lot of dudes out there that were mad at you back in the days when you was telling the old girl to keep her head high and kill him with the no.
Yeah. But it's
where did you come up with that concept, man?
All right. My nieces came from school and they were telling a story about a girl that was caught in class giving a dude some brain, whatever.
Really?
Right. So I came up with the idea. I was like, you got to hold your heads high. And do your schoolwork. So the song, the whole vibe came about around that. It just, when I said heads high, it just had a ring to it.
You know what? When you have girls as your daughters, 2 girls, I got 2 girls. A song like that, it really resonates differently when you have kids.
Right.
Before you had kids, like, man, he a hater.
Right. But I think the reason why it worked, and it's still working, is because of the message. It's like telling women you can be independent without giving brain.
True. Now you got a new record out. It's called Alive. I remember you hit me up New Year's Eve, man, and sent me this. I'm like, yo,
before midnight.
Bro, before I was working, I was in the club working.
I was like, of course, you got to drop this record in the club now.
Yo, I was like, yo, this guy is always working. Like you are always working.
Yep.
Always. I'm like, he should be out partying. He's over here promoting a record.
I was hitting my boy GQ because you and GQ were like brothers, and was like, Quest, I got it.
Oh.
I got it. You gotta drop this in the
It was
club
like
before midnight.
11:30. I got a text message. I was
Yo.
like, "What? Mr. Vegas texted me at 11:30."
Yes, sir.
Crazy, man. Tell me about the Alive record.
I was in the studio New Year's Eve, and I just wanted a record to go into the new year. I want this record to be the record for 2025 that people gonna just like feel happy and jovial and merry.
Last year, rough like dog up. How's it gonna say that?
Last year, rough like when dog a bark. Here's about roof.
Yo, that really hits hard when you think about it, man. Like,
man.
we done been through some stuff.
Yes, sir.
And we still going through some things,
It's getting
man.
worse.
Isn't that crazy?
But we got music to take us through it.
But the record you drop, man, it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel happy to be alive and celebrate life.
Yep.
And you got a lot of records that celebrate life. If you can name top 5 Mr. Vegas records, what would it be?
I Am Blessed, Heads I, Broke It Down, Hot Walk.
Are you going from number 1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
I'm no order.
Okay.
No order.
Okay.
So, all right, let me go in order.
I need from 5
I Am
to
Blessed
1.
is my number 1.
I Am Blessed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Heads
okay.
Eye 2.
Okay.
Broke It Down 3. Hot Walk 4. She's a Hoe maybe 5.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't even put Pull Up. Pull Up is Victory 5.
She's a Hoe was
Yeah. That's one of my favorite records.
That's a sleeper.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what I wanted to ask you? Shucky Ducky. In the beginning of the record, what the hell are you saying?
Like I'm saying.
Not
I'm
you,
talking-
Daddy.
Dready mean dreadlocks.
Yo, all these years I've been making it up. I've been making shit up.
Yeah.
Not you, Daddy. Yeah. Never knew what the hell you were saying, my boy.
Yeah, not true dreadlocks. That's basically dready.
So
dready.
not true.
No, like I'm saying, like I'm speaking to you in Patois, and I'm saying, isn't it not true?
Oh.
But we say not true, Quest.
Not
Some-
true, Dready.
So I'm saying like, isn't it true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
How old is that record?
Sucky Ducky came out, I think, 99.
That was the Belly movie, right?
Yeah, was it 99, 2000? I think.
Bro, and I'm today years old when I found out what you really said that. Man, how'd you get linked up with getting that record on that soundtrack?
It was Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly produced that record. Tony Kelly is
CD
one
Kelly.
of the biggest Jamaican producers.
Huge.
Crazy. He produced so many hits. So he had the link with Hype Williams. Hype Williams was producing the DMX movie.
Yeah.
So they came to Jamaica. They linked up Sean Paul and I. Went to the studio. Everything was there.
Yo, when can we get another Sean Paul and Mr. Vegas record? How many records y'all got together?
We did a remix a few years ago, like when with Fatman Scoop. Yeah,
Rest in peace, Scoop.
Party Turn Up remix. But I think Sean Paul is a little bit elusive.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hard to get a hold of?
Yeah.
So with all these years that passed by, I noticed there's a lot of reggae artists that are now able to come into the U.S. and perform. What was that whole thing about where Jamaicans couldn't come over, Jamaican artists? What was that about?
I honestly don't know.
Because you were still here.
Yeah.
You were still
I
performing.
pay my taxes.
Yeah, is that what it is? I'm like, wait a second. This artist can't come, this one can, but Vegas is still out
I've
here
been paying
performing.
taxes even before I could legally stay here.
Oh.
Like when I got my social security, I was like, Uncle Sam, I'm gonna give you some of my money.
Illegal. So is that what it was? 'Cause
No, I'm just saying.
I haven't got a full explanation of what's going on.
Me too. But I guess it's something that we'll never know. Right.
So I know we were talking earlier about collaborating with other artists, man. And you were saying what you wanted to do with other artists. Explain that to me.
No, I was looking at the face of the music, dancehall music, and how can we get back dancehall music in rotation at radio at a large scale? Because whenever we speak about a dancehall segment, we still have to go back to the Zim Zim and the Murder She Wrote and the Heads Eye and those type of records.
Always.
Right? But what I noticed that keep on rotating is the type of sound. So I was encouraging artists, like, we need to get back to this sound and let us come together.
Okay.
Like, not just individuals. Like Shensi and Mr. Vegas and Skilly Bang, Massacre on the same record. Like I noticed the Latino artists, they were doing it. But the thing about relevance and the new generation of artists, I think when they see you as not being relevant or you're not relevant,
they don't mess with you.
right? They do not look at can you walk me in? Because Sean Paul can walk you in.
Yeah.
Because he's known at radio. He's still playing in the mix at radio.
They don't think who's gonna make a better song.
Right. So I can walk you in. I'm Mr. Vegas on a record with Massacre or Skilly Bang or Shensia. But I think these artists, they would rather go and try to find French Montana to put on a record. When it may change the authenticity of the record. It may change the euphoric feeling that you're supposed to feel when the record plays.
You know it's crazy because I was having a conversation with Wyclef when I was really heavy in producing, and I had a beat that I wanted to get someone on the song, and I was like, yo, I want to get this person on this record, and it was a big artist, right? And he was like, why? He said, I forgot who the artist was. Let's say I said I want to get Drake on it.
Right.
Go find a Drake. Go find your own Drake.
Yes.
Find someone that's gonna sound good on the record.
On the record, yeah.
Make a good record.
Yep.
You don't gotta go find a big artist to jump on a record. Just make good music.
That's what I'm trying to educate the artists in Jamaica. Because look at Pull Up. Wayne and Tony on the record was no one even knew who Wayne was.
Yeah.
And but it's the sound. The vibe is right.
Yeah.
Ladies getting wild. I just heard him. He was sitting in the studio, and I was like, he was humming, and I was like, go around there.
That's organically.
That's how records used to break in Jamaica, and how artists used to break back in the days. Like the good producer, they had the ear. So as soon as an artist, sang a melody, they were like, go record.
Jump on it.
Right.
Jump on it. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, man, when it comes to rhythms, right? I know we talked about you giving Pitbull the information for the producer that did Pull Up.
Scatter.
Okay. So when a producer comes up with a beat, how does it work where all of you guys jump on it? Like, do they just reach out to you and say, hey, I got a new rhythm?
Shabba Rankin once said, DJ ears cock up, mean your ears is more in tune, you get more attentive when you hear a good beat. So whenever we heard a good beat or whenever we knew of producers getting ready to drop productions, because we knew that Dave Kelly, Tony Kelly, Danny Brownie, Shams, we just knew they were gonna drop something this year, like during that time. So we would start scoping to find who has the great beats. Is it King Jammies? Is it John? So we would find where the good beats were, and we already had songs. Like we had songs. Just out of mid-ear, we would just catch melodies. Yeah. So we had the melody, everything, and when we went to the studio, the melody or our songs just fitted perfectly on the beats.
Do you ask a producer to hear other people's records on the beat first?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
But you would go to the studio and you heard that Beenie Man is on the record. And Beenie Man is such a powerhouse.
You want to outdo him.
That you have to go, even if you don't get to outdo him, but just the fact that it's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
If you heard Beenie Man or Bounty Killers on the beat, you're going to be like, yo, I got to go real hard. So you got to put your best song forward.
See, I always wondered if you guys wanted to listen to it and like, nah, I gotta come harder than that. Some of them you hear that sound alike sometimes, and some are totally different. So I always wondered about that. Do you try to limit how many rhythms you get on?
No, back in the days we were just recording. We recorded 90% of what we recorded didn't hit.
Speaking of back in the days, one thing I liked about reggae music back in the days is you guys used to remake a lot of old classic records. Yes, and the crazy thing is, me growing up listening to reggae, I would hear the reggae version.
Original.
I would think the reggae version was original. Until I became a DJ and started digging, like, wait a second, this came from that song? Yes. That's so crazy. And most reggae artists did that back then. You guys don't do that no more. What happened?
Even us in Jamaica.
Royalties? Is that what happened?
No. I'm going to tell you what happened. Even us in Jamaica, we thought Sanchez, some of the songs that Sanchez was singing.
Was his original?
Was original. And we thought the Ken Boots, and later on we learned that most of these records were crossover pop records.
That is so crazy.
So what happened was the producers back then, earlier days when they started doing Skia, Rocksteady, come along, when they started doing reggae, the producers would travel and they come back with the record and they created a beat around the record and say, re-sing this record. Yeah. So when the artists did the record, sometimes because back in the days, you just listen to it and some of the lyrics were not even the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they sometimes they changed the melody a little bit. Yeah, but majority of it was the body of work was from an overseas record. Like if you listen to Frankie Paul, Sarah.
Yes.
Yes. Sarah.
Yes.
And nothing. The melody is totally different from the original song. And when you listen both of them, you're like, wow, he's such a genius. Because he wrapped the melody around a reggae beat. Sanchez was gifted for that.
Yes.
They took the record, they wrapped it.
And it made it sound like an original. Like it belonged there.
Caught up inside our dreams of my life.
Speaking of that, I wanted to ask you, man, what are your top 10 reggae songs that are not yours? Top five.
Top 5.
Starting it with number 1.
God, so much. I like Bounty Killer, Fed Up. Yeah. I like Beanie Man, Yaya.
That's 2.
Action. Not even Fabulous.
Yes.
I will do anything. I got two Tony Kelly. Snow, the All-Star.
Snow!
You remember that record? I will do anything that's for you. He had like 10 DJs on that record.
Wow. This
is why. That's 4. And
one more.
I'm gonna throw Murder She Wrote It.
So which one was number 1? Your number 1. Which one was number 1?
Action.
Action's number 1 then. Okay, that's it. That's what I want to know.
Action number 1.
Action's your all-time. I think, you know what, man? I think my all-time favorite reggae record is Sanchez. Me and my friends be
Pandy NZ.
Smoking NZ.
Because I'm more.
Living up.
I'm more for up tempo. Depends on the top 5 would have to be what is your top 5 reggae or more dance.
You like to dance.
Yeah.
You like to dance.
I'm more for vibe.
And I be watching you dance. I'm like, I know his knees gotta be hurting in
Try
the morning.
to dance.
Like you. How you stay in shape after all these years, man?
You just got to. I'm LeBron James.
LeBron James,
old dude, no hair in my head middle. I tried with it for a few years.
That's one thing I noticed. Was it during the pandemic? You was online a lot, working out, showing how you eat.
Yep.
It motivated me for about a week.
Yeah. A week.
For about a week. And I was like, I can't eat like Mr. Vegas, man.
Yeah.
But listen, man, I want to thank you for stopping through, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime, bro.
You're always welcome. You're a friend of the radio station.
Straight.
You're a personal friend of mine, man. I just want to say I appreciate you for all the years.
Thanks for accommodating me, bro.
Of friendship, man. Whenever.
Yeah, AJ. Yo, send this record to AJ for me.
Yeah. Whenever you got a record, that's one thing I love about you is you always like to get people's ears. You don't just say, this is it.
Because if it's not hot, I don't want it at radio.
Yeah, you always say, what do you think about this, man? And I love that about you, man. So I thank you, man, and let's keep going, man. And
yes, sir.
You owe me some oxtail because you're getting that Culo money. Oxtail and drinks on you today. I didn't know you was getting that Culo money.
Yes, sir. You know what's funny quickly?
Yeah.
The Nina Sky record.
Oh.
Even the Nina Sky and the Elephant Juke Girl record. They are actually on my master. But if I had more knowledge then, I would have been getting money off those records. Because if you listen to the reason that they use the same beat as Pull Up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I heard the beat. When I heard the beat, I realized, the beat needed something. So I added something I added an 808 kick to the original beat.
I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, because it was weak in the club.
I remember you telling me
right, so
that
I had to
then.
beef up the beat and add some 808 to it and stuff.
We were listening to it. I forgot where we was listening to it. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, man.
That's so insane.
Because it was just the drums. It was just drums on the original.
You can go back and get that money.
No, it's too late. Statutory is gone.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He's just saying that so he don't buy dinner. That's what you think you slick.
I wish I knew then, though. I would have been rich. Sure.
Mr. Vegas is in the building. It's your man DJ Quest 105.5 The Beat. We getting oxtails, y'all.